But this is what I'm talking about. I mean, what we just spent the last 5 minutes talking about. And I really hope that people that watch this make it all the way through the video. The best part of this video was the last 5 minutes. So I hope
Yes.
everybody really enjoyed that.
All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome into 4th and 5 as we are set up for Let Grant Cook. Grant's about to break down the offensive line play from the LSU game. And Grant, once again, a lot of stuff on tape where you're like, okay, some good stuff, but LSU, man, they're a different animal up front, man. They were very impressive.
Yeah, they were. We called it out a little bit in the pregame, and we knew that they were going to be aggressive. We knew they were going to try to get off the ball really quickly, disrupt things in the backfield, and it held true. We jokingly talked about trying to switch up a snap count or something. You could definitely tell they had us pinged as far as what we were trying to do and the cadence that we were on, because some of those guys were in the backfield before Taylon's hands were off the center's butt. And we'll get into a few clips where you can see that. But, yeah, I mean, LSU holding true with their typical really good defensive line. And so they disrupted things for us a little bit up front, and we gave up a little bit more pressure than we've been accustomed to seeing this year from the Arkansas offensive line. So we'll jump into a few things here. But, yeah, really, really good day for LSU's defensive line.
Sorry, I brought this up in my breakdown, and we'll talk about snap count. The thing is, does it make that big of a difference? We'll show some clips, and I'll ask you if it makes a difference or not, okay? So first play you wanted to get into, let's hop right into the film. This was the second play of the game, and this is the play we kind of alluded to that looked very reminiscent of the game that they played against Alabama. Dude's a different breed. Let's get into it.
Yeah, number 88, if Hog fans remember Malcolm Shepard, Malcolm Shepard had unbelievable get-off is what we used to call it. I mean, just a sixth sense for when the ball was about to be snapped. But I just wanted to kind of set the tone of this video and show what I'm talking about here. Look at this get-off from number 88 here. I mean, explosive. Making DJ cough over here. He's been coughing this whole video after watching these clips. But
bad.
Yeah, I mean, that's a tough thing to do for an offensive lineman when you're trying to get to your assignment, you're trying to get to your technique, and the ball is being slightly moved, and the guy is already in full extension. And you can see what it does here. I mean, we've got a puller trying to come around, and this guy's in the backfield. He just kind of blows up the whole design of the play.
So like I said, what we talked about earlier, how you slow guys like that down, because as we run through a few more of these clips, we just want to set the tone of communication. And so we're going to keep doing this. And I talked about this in the breakdown at Oakland just last night. I mean, who makes that call? Who gives the indicator of like, hey, coach, they got the snap count figured out?
Yeah, I mean, I think the offensive line has to talk through that. And you have to go to either the quarterback, you got to go to the offensive line coach, or, even to the offensive coordinator and say, listen, they are guessing the snap count every time, and they're right because we've not changed anything up. Give us a little bit of help up there. Keep them honest. You hear people say that all the time. You got to keep folks honest. And we talk about it in the run game, right, with safeties and stuff like that. But you got to keep the defensive line honest too. I mean, if you're going on one every single time, then eventually they're just going to get the cadence down and they're going to come off the ball every time. But what you do is if you go on two or you go on a quick count or something like that, then you catch them slipping a little bit, right? Especially in obvious passing downs or in very short yardage where they're already geared up and really know they got to get off the ball really quickly. You go on two and all of a sudden, bang, we got that first down because it's a 5-yard penalty because they jumped straight off the ball.
All right, let's keep it going. Another play you wanted to talk about right here. We're going to show some great clips, and I think collectively, and like I said, he's one of our favorite players. I don't think it was Carmona's best day, but he did a good job right here.
Yeah, he does a really nice job. We've seen some of these delayed blitzes hit home in previous games, so I really love that the offensive line is not just locked into one block. They've got their eyes up, looking around, and he picks up this. And now Talon probably gets this ball off either way, but you saved a hit on the quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
And those start to tally up as the game goes along. The more the quarterback gets hit. So anytime you can keep a hit off of him, you want to do that. Here's a little bit of a play design that I really like. And so this is also a tactic to slow down the defensive line. And when you're running these trap blocks, what this does is defensive line wants to get off the ball super fast, get in the backfield, and be disruptive. Well, let them come upfield, and then you trap them and run up underneath them. And so you saw that this was a pretty big theme. So we weren't the only ones that saw the LSU defensive lines get off and speed when it comes to getting off the ball. The coaching staff saw it too and kind of found a way to exploit that and use that against them all day. This is a play that we ran several times out of a couple different iterations.
Mm-hmm. You got another one right here. Same thing.
Yep.
Defensive lineman getting upfield. Just keep hitting it with them.
Yeah. I mean, if they're going to continue to do it, it's kind of like, hey, do it until they stop, which they didn't. They didn't stop. They got off the ball all day. But I did want to point out right here, Carmona, as you're working upfield, you want to have a better aiming point. He kind of comes underneath that guy instead of over the top and lets this guy fold back into the play here, which really he misses a shoestring tackle that really could have made this thing for like 1 or 2 yards versus an explosive play down the field a little ways.
This is a fun one. You talk about frustration sometimes overcomes some players sometimes, right?
It does. You just alluded to it. Probably not his best day, and so he's letting out a little bit of anger in between the whistles, which you always see. But you can watch Carmona right here. Yeah, he goes ahead and finishes this play off the way that you want to, and I'll tell you, this is it's between the whistles.
Yeah.
I do think that this probably, if a ref sees it, nowadays they probably could throw a flag on this. I think we've seen it in previous games. People are, maybe too rough, unnecessarily rough. But I like it. I mean, that's the kind of attitude I want an offensive line to play with. Whistle hadn't blown yet. This is my assignment. I'm taking this guy to the ground. Make sure he doesn't make the play.
I love it. I hope that doesn't change at all. And once again, you said they did it from different type of ways too, Grant.
Yeah. So here's a little wrinkle of the same kind of trap play. Now they're going to use the guard to trap. And you can see number 42, this inside linebacker, is on a blitz. And so he's coming downhill, bam, we trap him right here. So it's almost like a draw trap. So when I say that, Talon's going to step back like he's going to throw the ball. You can kind of see it open up here. You see these guys going into their assignments as far as where they need to get to their drops defensively. Carmona pulls around, does a really nice job sealing this thing off, and allows Talon to run it right up the hash and for a touchdown. So really cool play design, because generally you're going to see that trap be handed to a running back, but they keep it with Talon on that one. So kind of a little bit of nuance in Coach Paterno's offense. Super, super cool to see that.
3rd and 9. We knew for a fact coming into this game that LSU was going to bring pressure a lot. You broke this one down really, really good. We're going to show this wide angle right here. Guy comes through untouched, and you kind of had it. You explained it to me in a way which I honestly forgot about. When you game plan throughout the week, there's specific players that get a little bit more attention than others, and you brought that up right here.
Yeah, so number 7, you can see him. He's kind of the guy furthest back, highlighted in the yellow dot. That's Harold Perkins. And Harold Perkins has been kind of a prolific pass rusher in the SEC for several years. Got hurt a couple years ago. Maybe he's not quite who he used to be. But still, as an offensive line, you got to find out where number 7 is if he's on the field. You know he's going to be involved in a pass rush, and especially in an obviously pass rush down, being 3rd and 9. So 42 is their inside linebacker. And number 10 maybe is like their will linebacker. He could be kind of a nickel safety kind of guy. I need to go back and rewatch exactly where number 10 is and what downs he's in the game on. But as an offensive line, you're going to game plan for bigs on bigs. That's what we would call it, right? You're going to
Mm-hmm.
give the smallest rusher to the running back to give him the best opportunity to complete the block, especially in pass pro, because you're going to generally have someone blitzing from far away and he's going to be on a full head of steam. So, as an offensive line here, we're going to call out, hey, we got 42 and 7. And generally, you'll see an offensive lineman, center point out the guys that the offensive line is accounting for. And you can watch here as this play develops, watch Mike Washington's eyes. He is locked in on number 7. But the problem is so is Caden Kittler. But we knew coming into this week, we are responsible for number 7. When I say we, I mean the offensive line. We want an offensive lineman to block him because that's what we do, right? We don't run the ball, we don't catch the ball, we block. And we need our best opportunity or our best players to in that form to be blocking this guy. So you can see here, Caden pushes Carmona back off because they loop around. He takes over number 88, and he's trying to work back to number 7 here. But again, so is Mike Washington. Everybody's keyed in on number 7. That's the problem, and it leaves number 10 wide open. So what I would want to see here is Mike Washington stay home, take number 10, let us work through the trash in the middle there.
Yep.
And then give us a chance to get the ball out.
We had a good conversation, Grant. And God, I just, at what point do we say this to where people just start telling us, stop it? We're tired of hearing the same old, same old, same old. But it just keeps popping up. We're that close. And it's literally as you described, as simple as head placement. And doing what you're supposed to do could be the difference between winning and losing. And it sounds crazy when you say it. Wait, you're telling me if he just got his head on the right side of this block, we would have won this game? And then we would look at the tape.
Yeah, so we're going to watch Rohan Gaines right here. So Rohan's going to come around to the outside.
Rohan Gaines was a great DB for Arkansas, but Rohan Jones is a good tight end.
Jones, man. I've said that twice this year already.
Yeah, you have.
Man, it's just that's a brotherhood, man.
I get it.
I can't forget these guys' names that we played with.
Yeah.
Rohan Jones.
Yeah.
You're going to see him here. So what I'll tell Rohan is aiming point and technique, man. Assignment and technique. And you also have to understand the play. Where are we trying to get this ball to go? We're trying to get this ball to the outside. So in my mind, Rohan, you got to take that outside shoulder instead of a head up, like face mask to face mask assignment here. And then what that does is allows you to pin this guy on the inside. And when Mike bounces this thing, he's got nowhere to go because you've taken that outside leverage away from him. Now, the other person I'm going to call out.
Hold on. Before you move on for him, I'll give a little tight end point right here because this is something I struggled with for a while too and never really got it figured out. But just a talking point. Don't stop your feet. Know your aiming point. Know it's a quick hit and play. And if you have your aiming point on the outside of that backer and he decides to jump inside, great. But you see, as he comes around, he kind of slows down and tries to gather himself, like right here, head down. That's bad blocking position. So that's one thing I always encourage tight ends to do because, that's not typically as pass catching tight ends our favorite thing to do. But yeah, pick that side, run through him. If he jumps inside, you should have a little bit more knowledge of where the ball is planning to go, just like you alluded to. Would help himself out in that situation for sure. But you wanted to talk about another guy. I'm assuming you're going to point my guy out right here.
You got my man, C.J. Brown. C.J., if you're going block, man. And I get it. You want to catch passes. But we're going to play my favorite game again. Let's assume that these guys are covered up. We've colored color with color here, or covered color with color here. And we're on these blocks, okay? So these two guys right here are eliminated. Now we've got Mike Washington that's got about a 7-yard head start, one-on-one with number 3 who's trying to take away the outside. Now you got 10 flowing over the top, but I don't think they make contact with him until about the 2-yard line, and I'm giving that to Mike Washington every day of the week. I think we score a touchdown here. And what we do, DJ, is we get ourselves out of the next 4 plays that we're about to go over that are all right here on the goal line.
Yeah. All right. So that's first down. Let's go second down. And once again, when you get down here, it's a different ball game, Grant.
It's 100% a leverage game, and it is on all 100 yards of the field. But when you get inside the 5-yard line, it is as much about leverage and get off as it ever has been. And LSU does very good at both of them from the defensive side of the ball. And you can see it right here. Marion Harris and Caden Kittler were surprised by the intensity of the rush. And they're in the backfield. So you can see here, I think this is the one that we try to do a little bit of a underneath, to the fullback. And it's there, but he gets tripped up by one of these two guys and ends up on the 2-yard line.
Now, I'll say this too, because every single play we're going to hit right here. Do you think a coach gets a little hesitant about trying to switch up the snap count? Because I'm convinced, and I could be wrong, if somebody on the team wants to reach out to us and let us know if we're wrong, it seems to me like every single one of these was on the same cadence. Because with how fast LSU came off, it'd be hard for me not to believe if we went forward on 2, if we said, hey, on 2 on this one, nobody jump, I'm convinced we would have drew a flag. Convinced.
I will say this. I'm more of a fan from an offensive line perspective of changing that up in the middle of the field than I am on the goal line. Everyone that's about to block here, I mean, it's like, it's kind of like, if you're about to get in a fight and somebody just twitches enough, you're like, oh, I'm coming. You're like, I mean,
Yeah.
you're not really. Everyone's just on pins and needles whenever you're in a 4-point stance, and you know what's about to happen. I mean, we're all going to end up in a big pile right here. So, but I will say this: if we're going on 1, I am a fan of down here going on first sound.
Yeah.
And so it's a walk up. You slap the center so he knows you're there. Underneath, go, boom, and you're in the play.
Yep.
Because now we have the advantage of knowing the snap count.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe they did try to go quick here, and LSU just was like, screw it, we're just coming off the ball now. We don't give a damn what's happening. But
yeah,
I'll also say this, and this is not something that I caught when I was breaking this thing down. But if I'm looking at this freeze frame right here, I really wish one day, guys, we're going to have full whole game end zone view breaking it down like we used to watch it when we played and like they watch it when they break down film on Sundays and go watch it. So I can see where alignments are. It looks like, I don't know if this was a play called in the huddle or if Talon checked to this. I know what play this is, won't say it. But it almost looks like this is the wrong play for the line, the way the defense is lined up. Mm-hmm. So it looks like that's a 1 technique maybe on Kobe Branham, and he's pulling. You can tell. I mean, he's opening his foot up, and he's going to pull. And it looks like also Marion Harris is covered up with maybe number 88 right there.
Oh, sorry.
And then there's a ghost tight end out there as well. But no, I'm just kidding. But if this thing plays out, and we're asking Caden Kittler to reach block a 1 technique or a shade that's in that gap on the goal line with the immense get off that these guys have, I don't know that we're putting him in a position to be successful. And I think we're going to allow penetration in this, the way the defense is aligned here.
Wait, so you're saying, I see Branham number 50. He's opening up, pulling out.
Yep.
And we're asking 52 to step to the LSU defender that's to the right of him. We're asking him to reach block that.
I'm almost either that or you're asking a Marion Harris to down block on that.
Either way,
that's where we are on the field and how this play would have to develop. I don't know that we had the right play call for the alignment of the defense. That's what I'm saying here. So let's play this thing out. If you can hit me with it in like a little tap slow motion.
Here, let me slow it down. How about that? Let's go 0.25 right here.
Yeah, so it looks like we're asking Caden Kittler to reach block him on the 2 yard line.
Whew.
If you can tell, he's got his arm around his waist right now. I don't know that. I don't know that we're putting him in a position to be successful right there. That's an incredibly hard block to make. In that
Would
position of
you?
the
There's a
field.
difference between hard and impossible.
It,
Like
I mean,
I don't think that's a block anyone could make
no,
unless there's someone out there.
man. There's some people. I'll tell you this right now from doing it. There's some people on Sundays that would go back to the sideline after that and be cussing somebody out that they did that the coaching staff just made them put that on film. But again, man,
I was convinced you were gonna say I've seen some guys on Sundays who can get that done and they get paid a lot of money. That's where I thought you were going with that one. Not even close. Oh, that's
there's a
amazing.
few people on Sundays that maybe could get that done, but I don't honestly, especially, and I couldn't really tell. But if he's in a one technique shaded all the way off the center with no help, man, that you're giving up the penetration there all day. Especially against a guy like number 90 that I mean he was wreaking havoc all day. I think that's maybe a poor play design. Now rewind me here.
Okay. Let's
I need a little
rewind.
bit more out of Corey.
Okay. So
Need some steps out of Corey. Corey Dobbs out there, never moved his feet. All right. Now watch number 96, the guy that he's trying to block. Even with all of the traffic in front of Mike Washington, he cuts this thing back.
oh wow.
You
Yep.
eliminate that guy, and here
Mm.
we are again. I think he probably still gets in.
Yeah.
I think he. Here we go.
Here we go. It's
Here we
fourth
go.
and goal. Fourth and goal right here, right?
4th and goal, and LSU's defensive line letting us hear about it.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna watch number 95 right here. He's ready. See those little red lines shooting off of that? That's like a megaphone. We won't tell you what he's saying, but we've heard it before.
Oh, great. I said we played football a long time. Let me play this back just a little bit. When you start seeing his head start chirping, you see him chirping right now.
Oh yeah,
Anybody who's played football, you could probably fill in the blanks. And this is where it's just you got as a football player, you got to like it. Like, and I invite the challenge. Fourth and goal. We've stopped you 3 in a row. Come on, let's go. Strap up. I want. It's almost like if they could have went for it 8 times, it seems like LSU would have loved it. They invited it, man.
oh
That's the
yeah.
mentality you need up front.
So DJ, I'll tell you a little story.
Let's hear it.
So in spring practice, everyone, it is very much so a world where the offense is pitted against the defense because you got no opponent to play every week. You're just playing each other.
Yeah.
And a little bit in fall camp, but in fall camp, you're kind of trying to come together as a team because you're going to go play a season, right? But in
Yeah.
spring, it is like defense is LSU and offense is Arkansas, or offense is LSU and defense is Arkansas. You're an opponent of one another. Coach Petrino used to make us run like 10 or 12 goal line plays, just like we watched just now in a row. It was like we had unlimited downs to get into the end zone. And it was
Yeah.
just I think it was a simple practice of who's tougher than who.
Mm.
Um, so, very similar situation to this. Tenarius Wright, who is the strength coach at Illinois, yeah, with Coach Bielema now,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
and Demarcus Love. So Tank was having some words with us during one of these sessions in
As he
spring practice.
always would. Every goal line. Yeah.
Every time, always chirping. Well, I think D Love had enough of it, and so he turns around out of the huddle, starts chirping back.
Yeah.
they meet, somewhere around the line of scrimmage, and that turned into a fist fight, which turned into everybody getting involved. And at one point or another, everybody but the punter, kickers, and deep snappers was in a full on fist fight, bar fight at the goal line in the indoor facility at the University of Arkansas, with coaches trying to pull people apart. And I mean, now how much are you really getting done in a fight when everybody's wearing pretty much
Full
body armor
pads.
the whole time? Not a
No.
whole lot. But I'll tell you, it kind of built this. It built this up to where later in the season, when Arkansas's defense is in this position, the LSU's defense is in here, y'all aren't scoring.
Yeah.
And for the offense on our side of the ball, it was like, we're going to score every time.
Yeah.
And so those type of moments, I'm not saying I'm not advocating for our team to go get in a fist fight with each other, just during practice, but there are elements of it that you've got to build up the toughness. It's man to man down there, right? Mano a mano,
Yeah.
as people say, hand to hand, and it's who wants it more when the ball is 6 inches from the end line.
Grant, it's just you're getting me like I'm trying not to cuss right now. It's tough because you're taking me back. I mean, it is so wild goal line because you got to think at that point practice we're worn out.
Oh yeah,
You're just you're in a wild mind space at this moment, and it's crazy how in those moments when that stuff happens, they chirp, and we get to the huddle. It's just we're in the huddle. We don't care what the play is. Everybody looks at each other and says, "We're finna go whoop their ass."
yeah, no
This
doubt.
and this this is PG version, y'all. But you got to think, as wild as that is, and we put our hand in the dirt, talking the whole time, where coaches are like, "Shut up!" But we can't stop. Like we take it so personal, and this is practice. I
Oh
mean,
yeah,
practice. I would
we're
say some
talking
of the
about practice.
yeah. I mean, more of the most intense moments that we've had, where we were like, "Hell no," was in practice. I mean, it
Against
was.
the guys that you're going to cheer for on Saturdays in about 4 months,
You can't. Yes, it was
trying
crazy.
to mash their head in, man. You're talking about being tired and just worn out, and it's the littlest. Like, I can't tell you how many times me and Dede Jones got in fist fights in practice because I would block him, and he would just right when the play is over and we're about to walk back, just give me one little push on my shoulder, and I'm like, man, and just whop. I mean, just like, let's get it. Or he'd push me. But then afterwards, you know how it is. Afterwards, you're like, why'd you do that, man? Like,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. And then everybody's cool. It's all good. Just had to fight it out there for a minute. I mean, I remember when me and D Love jumped Jake Beckett for hitting Tyler in practice.
Yeah. I
Uh,
mean, great.
anyway.
The thing is, in those moments, looking back at it now, and maybe we didn't know it at the time. Maybe we did, but even there in that practice of being challenged and not wanting to lose, I mean, that shit, that stuff.
Man, I
Sorry,
brought you back, dude. I brought you back. I
that
brought you into that moment. I'm glad that I'm such a
yeah.
good storyteller.
Yeah, that stuff, it mattered to us, man. Like it mattered. That
It did.
one snap in practice on a random Tuesday, it mattered. That was
Yeah.
special, man. And so, but it's funny
That's
when
the
we see
culture.
we saw this during the game. Like when the TV showed this moment in the game, we were like, we know what that is, and I hope our boys are strapped up, ready to go.
I remember you and Josh going, "Oh no, oh no!" And what did I do? I got up and I'm like, "Man,
I said, hell no. Yeah, that's it.
that's all it took, though, man. That's
Yeah,
all it took. Like, see
yeah,
somebody chirping like that, and like, all right, I'm about to shut this dude up.
yeah.
Like, I'm about to smash his face in." Anyway,
All right, sorry.
man, it's like 10 o'clock at night right now. I got to go to 11, almost 11 o'clock. I'm like juiced up. I'm going to be up till 2 a.m. just trying
I
to come
get it,
down
man.
off like anyway.
Oh man. All right. Well, let's
Let's
get
watch this
into it.
last play.
Yeah, last play
Spoiler
right
alert,
here.
it's unsuccessful.
Yeah.
I mean, again, Taylor hadn't taken a step yet. We got number 90 diving over the top. But this is what I'm talking about. I mean, what we just spent the last 5 minutes talking about, and I really hope that people that watch this make it all the way through the video. The best part of this video was the last 5 minutes, so I hope
Yes.
everybody really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Um, but this is where you make your money, man. As an offensive lineman, you got to get down and dirty and get enough push to get this ball across the goal line. There's no
Oh man.
excuse for it, man. There is absolutely no excuse for it. Um,
God.
and that's where, at the end of the day, like we just talked about, who wants it more? And you gotta nut up and grit your teeth and go get this done. I mean, that's the game right there.
Oh, Grant, that was fun, man. I mean, it wasn't fun watching it, but you took me back. I mean, and so moving forward, man. I mean, this team, as always, we've said this week in and week out. Um, Still impressed that the rope has not been let go, and so I wouldn't expect anything to change for the last two games, and even heading down to Austin, Texas, and you're going to play once again an extremely talented defense. They got great edge rushers. They got a
Yep.
great linebacker, decent secondary, one of the best corners and maybe all of college football. So yet another challenge. But I expect our guys to show up still.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's if nothing else, what Coach Petrino has done and the coaching staff has done to keep these guys bought in and playing hard week in and week out. Um, I guess all you can hope for is that the dam finally breaks and a lot of these plays that we've been, I know everybody's tired of hearing it, but we've been this close on, you play kind of a perfect assignment and technique game and see what happens. I mean, Texas is a rivalry game from way back in the Southwest Conference. So I hope that they build that up for the guys this week. I mean, another top 10 opponent.
Mm.
Um, you might as well go talk about, oh yeah, we beat Texas my senior year of college, or we beat Texas this or that. You got to find something that gets you motivated to play this game. And so we'll see. I mean, two more left on the docket, and so
Yep.
hopefully we can grit our teeth and go get it done.
All right, Grant, I appreciate you, man. Have a good one. That was
All right,
fun, man.
see you, man.
Now I got to go try to go to bed. It's going to be tough.